What's up, my memers? It's me again, Beef Manier, and today we need to talk about like something serious, something that I feel like has been plaguing modern Find the Markers for quite some time. Now, before I say this shit, I want you to know that while I am going to be talking a lot of shit about the FCM devs in this video, I don't mean any hate towards any of them. And if a certain guy, let me see if I can find him on here. And if this For the Flames guy, if he leaves a mean comment on any of Q Cosmo's videos, I had nothing to do with it. Okay, that's on him. I mean, I kind of feel like she deserves it a little bit. I feel like Q Cosmo does deserve it a little bit, but I had nothing to do with this. Okay, I'm not trying to do all that. Okay, but we need to talk about something serious here. So I'm sure a lot of you know who I am, and you know how I feel about Find the Markers. Find the Markers. It's one of the best Roblox games there really is, and I feel like it endured through thick and thin. The game, it's still going, and Find the Markers hold and will always hold a very special place in my heart. But with the current fucking shit that's going on regarding just everything, yeah, I gotta, do something about this. I gotta do something about this, because I've done a lot for the FTM devs. I've kept their game running, and I've kept it popular while they have been away making their updates. And I have a duty to protect the players of Find the Markers. So I feel like I should make this. Now, last night I did a stream, and it was a normal stream. It was just 100% until I got to exactly where I'm at right now in DCO, and my speedrun mode stopped working. So I got Donut and Not Noob at All to ping the mods in the Discord server, because I don't have Discord, and yeah, I don't plan on having it anytime soon. They pinged Q Cosmo, and Q Cosmo joined my stream. And yeah, I mean, Q Cosmo should never join a stream before, so it was kind of interesting seeing this. But I was not exactly happy with the FTM devs in this moment, because remember, they've spent 2 years making the Sent and Reinvented update, just for it to have multiple massive ass bugs, and then they say that we're not doing enough for them. Okay, just take that into consideration here. when I hopped on the game, and I did it, and Q Cosmo was like, "Yo, what's going on, bro?" I showed her the glitch, and that's not even the only glitch I showed her. I also showed her the fucking Dark Mercury shit, because yes, Dark Mercury, that's another one too. There's another bug with Dark Mercury that's been a bug for like over a year, and it has impeded the speedrunning of I don't know about multiple people, but it definitely has for me, because they made Dark Mercury way worse to speedrun after the Scented update, and it's because of a bug, and the bug is still there after an entire 1 year, because I'm recording this on July 18th. So, although you're probably going to be seeing this on July 19th. Because it's 11:44 p.m. here in Little Rock, Arkansas. But yeah. And Q Cosmo, all she really did was just say, "Yeah, bro, it's kind of like, yeah, this is kind of on you, bro." And because she didn't do anything about it except say, "Yeah, it's because your private server sucks." So basically, okay, that's not exactly what she said, but basically she was just saying that my private server is bad, and that it has bugs. So you want to tell me how the fuck that makes any sense? How does my private server have bugs? How does it have bugs? What is wrong with my private server? How is my private server different from any other private server in Find the Markers? How is it any different at all? I genuinely have no fucking clue. And Q Cosmo literally didn't do anything about this. As she took a look at the glitch and didn't do anything. And also, with the Dark Markery thing, she saw that, and she knows that it's been, impeding the speedrunning of multiple people, and even impeding, getting Dark Markery for normal players. And she said, yeah, it'll be fixed in the next update. So I got a question here. Why can't you just, put it into the game, right now? What makes you wait until the next update to fix a bug? You're really willing to leave a bug in until the next update. You were willing to fix Cowboy and make multiple new dialogue poses out of the blue in just a day or two. But you're not willing to update the game to fix bugs? What sorcery is this? But it kind of makes sense. They're willing to update the game only when they're absolutely forced to. If there's a bug, they're not going to update the game. And I'm going to be honest, this whole, thing with Q Cosmo coming into the stream, but really not doing a lot except just looking at the bug and just saying, oh yeah, bro, that's your private server. This is on you. This has outraged the entire community. And not because of just that incident, but because this is not even the first time that bullshit like this has happened on Find the Markers. Because remember, look, we all know Find the Markers, it's a small dev team. It is a small dev team. Okay? So obviously it may be harder for them to make stuff. So why would they make an update that takes 2 years to release? And back in 2022, back in 2022, there will be big updates every month or so. And they would have usually 20 markers, 20 new markers back in 2022. And if not 20 markers, they would at least have a couple markers that had some really cool stuff. Literally the update in here where there was 3 new fucking markers. Like that happened. And I just gotta wonder, why? If you have a small dev team, why are you making updates that are that big? Because you gotta understand that, Find the Markers is, completely dead. The game's dead. Those 2 years killed the community, bro. I'm surprised that it has as many players as it does now. Because Find the Markers is just dead. And you're telling me that the Dark Markery thing is already fixed, but you wait to do it until the next update? Why are you waiting until the next update? Why can't you just do it now? Because you don't have to upload the entire update right now. You can just do just the bug. And you don't even have to tell anyone about it. Well, actually, it would be good if you did. Just say, oh yeah, Dark Markery's fixed. Why can't you just take the files of the Dark Markery thing being fixed and then just put it in the game right now? Couldn't you just do that, You could. But you want to know what they said to us after the Redact update came out? They said in the the message from Q Cosmo and at Spawn or whatever, they said the updates were gonna come out more frequently. Bro, it's been a year. Today is the 365th day without an update. What do you mean they're coming out more frequently? This is not any more frequent than the other one. Oh, and they also said it was going to come out this summer, back in May, but it's only 15 markers. When, we had the Candyland update back in the day that took only a month. And that had way more markers, 28 or some shit, I don't even know. So I just gotta wonder. I just have to wonder why. How does this even make sense? Because now the entire FTM speedrunning community is outraged. because we have been speedrunning and making the game still be alive and have an active community for years now. And this is how the devs repay us. They don't fix the bugs that are already there. And by the way, this is not the first bug I've discovered in this game since the Scented update. This is the 4th bug I have discovered in this game since the Scented update. There was the Scented Reverie softlog, which I taught Teapot how to do, and he said, "Oh yeah, it'll be fixed in the next update." What do you mean? Can't you just fix it now if it's already ruining the game? Can you just like fix it now, and then just like upload it? Cause like, if you fix a bug, then just put only the bug fix in the update. You know, like just do an update where it's only the bug fix, and you say the bug is fixed. But I did. But I found the Scented Reverie softlog, the Atomic Marker glitch, the Dark Markery glitch, and now this. Actually, no, I found Dark Markery before Atomic Marker. And are any of those patched? No. Okay, maybe Atomic Marker might be. I haven't run into that in a while. But there's no evidence that it got patched either. Basically, the glitch is where you can find multiple different Atomic Markers, and if you click on more than one, then you're soft locked out of getting the marker, and you have to rejoin, which really hurts speedruns. It really does. And I discovered all 4 of these bugs. And I taught Teapot, you know, the person who literally created this game, how to do it. He did not fix it. It is still in the game. You can still do the Scented softlog. The whole DCO thing, I taught Q Cosmo how to do it. It's still in the game. She did not do anything about it. You know. And I just want these to be fixed because the speedrunning community, let's be honest here, the speedrunning community is really the only reason why FTM is really still going. Because the speedrunners are the only people that are actively still playing the game and have a drive to play it. And even the devs themselves are very intertwined with the speedrunning community. Yet these bugs that they know about that impede the speedrunning, they continue to leave them in until the next update. Why can you not just fix the bugs like right now if you already fixed them? I mean, Q Cosmo, you literally already said that you fixed the Dark Markery thing. So why is it still in the game, bro? And like this is just not fair. Because us speedrunners have done so much for this game. And this is how they repay us. They leave the bugs in, and they say, "Oh yeah, we'll just fix it in the next update." Where's the next update at? It's been a year. You literally said that updates are going to come out more frequently. But it's been a year, and there's no update. No update. I'm starting to not believe you. Like, I'm starting to not believe you anymore. And there are markers that were whitelisted over 4 years ago that aren't even in the badges. So chances are markers like Music Marker that were whitelisted over 4 years ago probably haven't even been worked on. That is just insane. And I feel bad for the people who got those markers whitelisted 4 years ago. But, you know, nothing's been done. Nothing's been done. And with the way that Find the Markers is going right now, I don't think that they're gonna get worked on. I think it's kind of cooked. I feel bad, but I feel like that's just the truth. It's not even just these things that is bad for Find the Markers. It's also just the direction they're taking the game in. Not only are they just not doing updates anymore, but also the updates that they have done are feeling detrimental to the game. Think about it like this. With the Scented update, they completely revamped everything. Spawn now looks like... Spawn is just... I don't even know what the fuck they did to Spawn. Washable, oh my god, what did they do to Washable? Don't even get me started on the Foliage Dungeon. The Foliage Dungeon got a big old downgrade, dude. What have they done? And now, you know... After that, you know, they added Scented to the game. And Scented, that's not Find the Markers gameplay. What is this? You're telling me I can, like, go back to Spawn, there's all these weird animations, and I'm, like, plummeting out of the sky, and there's, like, bunch of weird cutscenes and animations and stuff, and the gameplay is completely unlike Find the Markers at all. Like, what is this? This isn't all these graphics. This doesn't feel like Find the Markers. I mean, Find the Markers in some ways literally looks like Find the Domos. Even the old versions look like Find the Domos, which is the game it was inspired on. And what have they done? Huh? This ain't the same game anymore, man. What have they done to the game? And I'm not saying that I hate the FTM devs or anything. I mean, sure, I'm quite angry at them right now, as is like pretty much the entire speedrunning community, because we're all pretty outraged about this. Like, we're not happy with what they've done, man. We want change. We know what Find the Markers can be, and we know that the devs know it too. We want Find the Markers to be the game that we remember. I've been playing Find the Markers for over 3 years, man. Over 3 years. I remember when the game used to actually get updates, and they didn't take forever, and they didn't feel like they were all weird and forced, and it actually felt like I was playing Find the Markers, and not like I was playing some other game. Because Scented Reverie, what is all that? That's some weird stuff. That doesn't belong in Find the Markers. What are you guys doing? Like, this just isn't fair, man. We want change. We don't want this. We don't want the direction that the Find the Markers is going in, because the speedrunners have kept the game alive while the devs worked on their updates, and we didn't mind keeping it alive. We've done all that we can for the game, but when they consistently impede our speedrunning and say that they'll fix the badges in the next update, that update never comes. You know, what are we supposed to do, man? And how do you think that the people who've had their badges whitelisted for over 4 years now, how do you think they feel knowing that their markers aren't even in the badges yet? How long will it be until we see those markers in the game? They said the update was coming out this summer. Well, by this time last summer, when they said the same thing, it was already out. We already got the release date 3 weeks before today. But there's nothing, man. There's nothing. We haven't got any of that. And the devs, they're taking the game in a different direction, man. This isn't what it was supposed to be. And this just isn't fair to us, man. We've worked so hard to keep the game alive. So speedrunners, we've kept the game alive while they've been working on their updates. But how has that paid off for us? All that's paid off for is now we have a harder time speedrunning. Because the devs haven't done anything to fix the problems that caused the speedrunning to be harder, and they say it'll come out in the next update. But that update never comes. There won't be an update. You're just gonna have to deal with this. And we know Find the Markers can be better than this. It doesn't have to be like this. But the devs, they don't agree, man. They don't agree. And I hope that if you see this video, spread the word far and wide. Make sure the entire FTM community knows what I say in this video, because I want the entire FTM community to know what I've said in this video, so that they know what they deserve. Because the FTM community deserves better than this, man. They've been loyal to Find the Markers for years now. And what have the devs done for us, man? All they do is just say they're gonna fix these bugs that constantly impede us playing the game, but they never do. You seriously cannot convince me that you actually fixed the dark markery bug, but it's still in the game. It's still in the game, and you said you fixed it, but it'll come out in the next update. All these bugs are highly fixable, but they still leave them there. Why does this happen, man? Why do we have to deal with this? We made the game what it is. We helped out, we did everything. But the devs, what have they done for us? This is just not fair to us, man. The FTM community, they deserve better than this. This isn't what they deserve, man. So if you see this video, I want you to spread it far and wide. Make sure everyone in the FTM community knows what I say in this video, because the speedrunners are outraged at what has happened and how the FTM devs have done such a poor job in actually fixing these major problems that are, ruining the game. Like that's not cool, man. We know that's not cool. We want more. We want better than this. Because the FTM community, they deserve better. This isn't what they deserve. They don't deserve to have bugs in here, and deserve to be lied to about the updates. Saying it's gonna come out more frequently, and it's a year. It's not any more frequently, dude. That, like, you gotta understand, that's the second longest wait for an update. The biggest update we've gotten this time is a cowboy fix. Like, a fix to cowboy marker. That's only because they literally had to. And that just goes to show, they won't do an update unless they absolutely have to. Even if it's as small as a bug that's already been fixed, they won't add it unless they absolutely have to. And that's not fair to the FTM community, man. They deserve better. I didn't want to make this video, but the whole situation, with Q Cosmo recently, it opened my eye to how poorly FTM is being run nowadays, man. It didn't used to be like this. The FTM, FTM devs, they used to actually, do good, and now this is what it's been reduced to. That's not fair, man. If you see this video, spread it far and wide. Make sure everyone in the FTM community knows what I've said in this video, and that they know that they deserve better. Because this just isn't fair anymore, man. This is just sad. It's sad that the Find the Markers community, it's sad that the Find the Markers devs, this is what they do. This is how they do this. Why have they done this to us, man? That's not fair at all. Make sure to spread this far and wide so that everyone knows what I've said in this video. I guess that's all from me. So, I'll see you later. Bye.